what's up, family? I, as you know, am Camille Shabazz of Macadine, and I just wanted to go into my series that I'm going to begin on what I call my Prison Chronicles series. Excuse me. Now, I had many experiences in prison, uh, and in the words of Mike Epps, some of my funniest times or most hilarious times that I ever experienced was in the pen. Because all the fools, all the crazies, all the nuts are caged up together. And I guess I was a nut as well. But like I said, I had a lot of funny moments and a lot of hilarious experiences. And one of them I want to talk about is about a brother that was named Sleepy. I call him Sleepy Crypt. Now, he was from somewhere up in LA. He was a stone cold lifetime gangbanger. And even though he was about 40 years old at the time, this was about 7 years ago. No, pardon me. This was just 4 years ago, 2017, when things started, before I left, and things started culminating with this brother. Now, I met him around 2016, my last year in the pen at corporate. This brother, he was a distant associate. I used to be on my bunk typing high up in the air on the bunk, working on a Macadine book. And he would be over there under the stairs, maybe about 3 yards away from me, 4 yards away, working out, and he had an intimidating presence. He had a body something like George Foreman. He was buffed, and he put you in the mind of one of them dudes who was trying to imitate Tukey Smith or somebody. But anyway, he had sleepy eyes. You would refer to it as a dead eye. He had actually two dead eyes, but one eye was more deader than the others. When he looked at you sort of like this. But he was always had a mean mug, and he had braids, light-skinned brother, and he looked like he could be literally George Foreman's son, just a little lighter, but he had the dead eyes. And his persona was always, hood. I think he even used to wear one of his legs rolled up. He just had the whole gangster spirit. So the last year, they started letting the transvestites come on the yard. And it was one that they let in our dorm, and they put him upstairs. Anyway, looked just like a woman, had the breasts, everything. And if you wanted to learn anything about these so-called hard dudes, what they're made of, watch how they act around a homosexual that looks like a woman. These dudes were acting like it was an actual woman in the dorm. But anyway, fast forward. One time, we're in the lunchroom, and me and Sleepy, we were in the same line, and the homosexual transvestite happened to be a couple of people ahead of us. Right after we got our trays, matter of fact, the homosexual was behind us a couple of paces, because we got our whole full plate, our trays that had the cake on it also, and the homosexual got his, and right at the moment he was about to get his cake, the bell rang. Everybody had to either get on the ground or run to the nearest table. Me, Sleepy, I don't know who the other brother was, and the homosexual was at one of these four seat tables. So the homosexual who looked just like a woman sitting next to Sleepy was started whining about its cake. And it was so hilarious because once he started complaining about the cake, we just looked the other way, most of us anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this brother looked at him with them sleepy eyes and said, "Do you want mine?" It took every fiber in my being not to laugh, because to add insult to injury, the homosexual turned him down. Okay, fast forward. Sleepy is sleeping next to a deaf guy. The deaf guy was doing life. He was a humble Christian brother, but he was deaf. He had the, and it's terrible. In jail, they give you the old school, hearing aids. Them old big butterfly ones. It's probably as big as this, But anyway, and he had the prison glasses that were hella square. Looked like television, screens. So anyway, ironically, even though Sleepy is not disabled, he just has sleepy eyes. Him and the deaf dude were roommates, so to speak. Their bunks were next to each other. And for some reason, I don't know if it was a disabled issue, the deaf guy really didn't mess with him. They were in two different mentalities. He started messing with the deaf guy. He started drawing the line. The deaf dude would accidentally put his shoe in part of the aisle that was his side. Sleepy would kick his stuff over. He just got disrespectful, more and more disrespectful to this humble dude every day. And this humble brother, he was short. He was built like Carlton from Fresh Prince. But he was stocky. He was down for 20 years, so he was built up. Talk about retention. And he used to go out and he used to play handball. And used to go to church. He was a real programmed, humble Christian brother. And he kept on messing with this dude. Couple of weeks go by. Same shit going on. Shit starting to boil. One day it happens again where the guy's sheet or something got on his side. Sleepy gets up and takes the man's television, cracks it on the ground, talk about he's tired of him and this and that. And that boy put the wrath of what they would call the wrath of God on Sleepy. I mean, he beat Sleepy so bad and so quick that ironically he knocked him all up under the steps that he used to work out under. I mean, it was he put the boy on his pants, knocked them all down in between the bars, and then ran because he was so scared of what he did, knowing that he's a Christian, he's really solo, and Sleepy Crypt is connected to all these gangbangers. So the deaf brother ran. He was like panicking, going crazy. And the Crypt brother said, no, you all right, you good. Go finish it up. By this time, Sleepy's scared to death. He's trying to act like he hurt his leg and all this. The boy ran up on him and did it again. Put him down. So by this time, the COs and them ran in there, and boy ran upstairs, and they had to end up taking Sleepy down to the nurse office. So a couple hours later, when Sleepy comes back in with a cast, with an ace band around his leg, crutches, he blamed his loss on the injury he incurred during getting his ass whipped and getting knocked all in between bars. Now, if those was ropes, he would have hit the damn people, the audience. That's how bad and fast and powerful this deaf brother put it on Sleepy. And I must say, even though he rolled with that lie, he knows, and everybody else knows, that Sleepy took a downfall. And after that time, he was one of the most humble dudes on the yard. And I'm sure 4 years later, if he really learned some wisdom from that incident and the other 2 incidents, hopefully he took a full evaluation of himself and has made a positive change. Part 1 of the Prison Chronicles, the Sleepy Crypt story. I hope you enjoyed it, because it was funny in person. It was one of the most hilarious couple of events that I saw regarding Sleepy Crypt that I recall. I mean, and there's many more, and I'm going to share a couple more real soon. Peace.